So another bear warning has been issued, or an official one from the United States Department of State. It's on the website for the US Embassy. Check this out. It's when you see this, I mean, it's a big deal. And we like to take these kinds of warnings seriously. But the travel advisory, which is on the website for the Tokyo Embassy here, it's remarkable in a way. I never thought I would see a warning for wildlife, but I decided I wanted to show you today because I'm getting so many questions about this. The alert, well, there's one for volcanic activity. I think that's over down in Kagoshima. There's been some eruptions recently. And then this one, increasing bear activity, message for US citizens. That's me and a lot of you and much of the world. Should be concerned, I suppose, if the US Embassy is telling you this, but where exactly is the location of the warning? Sapporo City, Hokkaido, Akita Prefecture, and parts of northern Japan, which includes Yamagata, Aomori, Iwate Prefecture, as well as Miyagi and maybe parts of Fukushima. It could also include Gifu, because some of the countryside there, including Shirakawa-go, which is a World Heritage Site, has seen bears. A Spanish tourist was attacked recently. So this stuff's kind of real. Bear sightings and attacks have increased in parts of Japan, especially municipalities close to or adjacent to populated zones, which is odd. In Sapporo, authorities closed Maruyama Park in Sapporo. I'm going to show you that in a second, which is adjacent to the U.S. Consulate General, for 2 weeks following a bear sighting of the park. So they had a bear sighting near the U.S. Consulate? What? Although the consulate is located outside of the park, we encourage all visitors for routine or other services to be diligent and aware of your surroundings. Imagine getting a bear attack going to the consulate. Bears will also have also been spotted in other residential areas in Hokkaido and Akita prefectures, a lot of prefectures. Authorities will generally close areas like parks if a bear has been sighted in the area. The embassy gives you some things to take action on, like avoid the areas or walking alone in areas of bear sightings. Be aware of your surroundings and report sightings to the local authorities. I think I've talked to you about this one. If you do see a bear, let everybody know, because then they make a sign to let everybody else know that there is a bear in the area. These things have been attacking a lot more, so you should be a little bit more vigilant than perhaps years past. And of course, there are some links to local resources which you can check out. The Hokkaido one is in English, so I would recommend that one. Going there and you can see what Hokkaido has on store. There are other alerts for U.S. citizens, so it's good to check out the U.S. Embassy. The website is, all you gotta do is Google U.S. Embassy Tokyo and you'll come up with it. It's pretty easy. But the bear sightings have been real, and they are gradually starting to attack us all. If you're still here, I want to wish this one character in the corner. This is Kumamon. Today, was it today? Carrie let me know, Kumamon's 15th birthday. Unbelievable. I cannot believe that it's been 15 years since the Kyushu Shinkansen opened up, connecting Hakata with Kagoshima Chuo, which is the Chuo Kagoshima, which is the last stop on that line. Kumamoto was one of those stops, and that's when Kumamon was born. Kumamon, and since then he's become the #1 mascot in all of Japan. In the world, he's beloved by all of us. In fact, he's an emoji here. It's royalty free, and we absolutely adore this bear. So there's a small percentage of the population that considers him to be satanic. I don't know where people got that, but that's out there. So Kumamon, we love you. Don't fall. Bear spray has also been an issue here. They're out. Let me just go over and show you what's been in the news today. So there's one TV station in particular, Nippon Terebi. They have a website in English. I'm gonna turn the sound down and I'm gonna give commentary to it. But this happened yesterday. A driver, imagine this, you're crossing the bridge. That is a mega bear. That's a mama bear. That's a big one. And it came and it attacked the car. And the news media kept showing this over and over again in slower and slower motion. This is Kumamon country. This is up in Hokkaido. Bears don't attack cars normally. It's very odd that they would do this. I think they're just hungry. And the brown ones, Edward Lee writes in here, the brown bears are scarier than the black bears. They 1000% are. It really is. The bears from Hokkaido are a lot more, they have more of a temper, let's just say. They flare, and the bears up there, certainly you need to be concerned about. But this one attacking a car, this is the Maruyama Zoo bear that they're talking about near the consulate in the US consulate in Hokkaido. This bear was spotted at night near the Maruyama Zoo. They looked at the footprints. It doesn't look like it's a very big one, but he's in the area, an area that bears never would come down to because they try to avoid people. Now they're coming down from the mountains and the areas to look for food, to forage. And, you know, it's a dangerous thing. A hungry bear looks at you. It's like that Bugs Bunny, you know, the Looney Tunes where your friend looks like a hot dog and you chase him around. This is something quite similar here. So this bear is in, I believe this is Tokyo, right? Yeah, this is Tokyo. And these bears are on the roof of buildings. It's quite crazy to see that, you know? It really is. This news article talks about the bear sprays in Tokyo. This is the one that I have, actually. It's the Sabre bear spray. This is the one I would recommend. Montbell is out. I think they said 140 stores are out. I guess there's like a few that might still have them, but they should be in bear country. You don't really need them in the city of Tokyo, unless you're out in the countryside of Tokyo, in West Tokyo. But the Sabre one is the most popular. There's two sizes of them. The smaller one is just a couple of seconds less spray. So I have the bigger one because I could use 2 more seconds if that means life or death. But the counterfeit sprays are all over right now on Amazon and some of the other sites. I talked about this previously. The one on the bottom is real because it's yellow. It has the actual pepper, which is the very spicy spray in it. It's very strong. It lasts for 6 to 7 seconds. Bear spray should be at least 5 seconds in length, a minimum of 5 seconds. And you don't need as much of it because usually it'll do the job in 5 seconds. The bear, if he does attack, that's when you would use it. You can give it like a half-second spray just in case, set the foundation of the area. That should be enough to scare away like 90% of the bears. Also, the reason why the bear spray is very effective is because it has, I don't know what the name of the chili pepper is. It's a spice that really, really hurts the nose of the bear, which is the most sensitive part of the animal. And if the spice touches the bear's nose, it's unbearable pain and they usually will escape. And it's the best way to save, better than a shotgun, right? But to save you and the bear's life. So this is the most humane way to do it. The bear spray, you want to point it down first. Make sure that the guard is off. Point it down because the bear will attack low and then come up at you. So start with like 1 second low to set a foundation of the spray and then raise it. And then make sure it gets a distance. And then, yeah, capsaicin. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, capsaicin. And this will create a mist that jets out. So the bear, if he goes left or right, this mist is everywhere. If you get a spray like mace, that doesn't work so good because the spray just goes down to the ground. The mist is so dispersed that it gets into the eyes and the nose of the bear. If it's just a spray type, then it's not going to be very effective with deterring the bear unless you get a direct hit. And if the bear is attacking to you and you're going like this, maybe you do. But the mist is a good idea. Again, it's only 6 or 7 seconds, but that 6 or 7 seconds could save your life. It'll jet out 12 meters, which is, I don't know, what is that, like 25 feet? Which is enough feet to get, you know, if you're still and the bear's going crazy at you, you're a goner anyways. There's no way. But 99 out of 100 bears, or maybe all of them, I don't know, are going to get the heck out of here because this stuff hurts. I think there's a YouTuber who sprayed it in his face for entertainment, and you could see it was not pleasant. And I've seen the bears take the bear spray, and they get the heck out of there. At least rational bears are, but there's you know, the non-rational bears, the ones that will go and they'll eat anything. They're just hungry. It's like, oh, I can't see, I can't breathe. Never mind that, but I can eat. And you know, those are the kind of situations that you want to avoid. I'll take some questions before we end this live stream. I just wanted to keep this really short and sweet and talk about this. I'm actually making an episode. If you want to, if you haven't already, this is the main channel for my YouTube channel. It's called Only in Japan. This is a live streaming channel. The main channel is edited videos. The next video that I'm uploading next week, the video is done. It's about 25 minutes long, and it's hiking out in the countryside of Japan. And I do have bear spray in my pocket, but hiking is one of the most beautiful things that you can do. The majority of the country might be living in the city areas or along the coast, but the heart of Japan is out in its countryside. That's where you get that real, I don't know, I like Japan experience, I guess you could say. So you want to be out there where the, you know, kominka, the old houses are, where the old ladies are farming out in the fields, and you can walk between the fields. Some of these that I highlight here are established hiking paths, but it's also bear country in a lot of these places. But the chance of getting, it seems like the bears are down in the cities. So if the bears are down in the cities, maybe the safest place is in the woods. I don't know. But a lot of the hikers had bear spray, and you can rent them at the Mont Bell, but maybe not so much now. They seem to be out of it. But I've got an idea that Sabre and all the companies are going to start to send more in. You can't bring this on the plane with you. I don't believe so. Not even in your checked-in baggage. I guess it's a prohibited substance in suitcases or something. Like checking in a battery, you can't have it. They give you a list of stuff that you can't put in the checked-in baggage. This spray is one of those things, I believe. So renting it is a good idea. Buying it will cost you, in Japan, it's about $100, like between $70 to $100. The expiration date is about 4 years. At least a new can should have an expiration date of 4 years. And if you're done with it, there is a secondary market for it. And I guess they weigh it, and that's how they can tell how much is left in there. So when they rent it, and if you used a second of it, then I think you have to buy the whole thing. But if you just use a little spray of it, then they weigh it, and if it seems like there's a lot left, then they'll do it, because nobody wants a half bottle of spray. Everybody want to run a new bottle of spray because it has only 6 to 7 seconds. If you use 3 seconds, then no one's going to rent a 3-second bottle, right? So if you use it, you lose it. But you saved your life, so it was worth it, right? Any questions here from the people? Renting bear spray sounds like an interesting business tactic. I think it is, but it does also feeds into the fear that people have right now. Reality is that, all right, let me boil it down to you. The reality that you're not going to, one out of maybe 9 million tourists is going to get eaten by a bear. So it's like winning the lottery. You know it's not going to happen, but it could, but it's not. You're not going to go to Nara, and there's too many people around, but you're not going to go to the Nara area where all the deer are and be attacked by a bear, all right? There's not just are there so many authorities and park rangers in that area because it is highly populated. Bears aren't going to go down into that area unless it's really early morning or late at night, and then we haven't seen any bears there yet. But there are deer down there, and the deer eat up all the food. So the deer got there first. And they are protected as national treasures, so I don't think, most of the questions had it like, am I safe going to Nara? And the answer is, yeah. And Takayama as well in Gifu Prefecture, yeah. Do you need bear spray? Look, unless you're hiking at night or in the early morning, that's when bears are starting to come down for the most part. That's when you're going to encounter a bear. If it's like, if you're up and about at 8 a.m. to 5 p.m., you're not going to really encounter a bear because there's so many other people around. It's usually in the middle of the night or early morning that kids going to school, for example, that they encounter the bears and they have the bear sightings. but more and more we're starting to see them at the tourist attractions, and the signs come out quickly and the news spreads very rapidly if there's a bear in the area. So I seriously doubt that as a tourist you would really have anything to worry about, but knowing about the bear attacks is a good idea. You don't need to carry bear spray, but unless you're hiking out by yourself like I was a few weeks ago when I made this episode. In Nara, you should probably, writes in Jonathan, you should probably fear the deer biting you more than the bears. Yeah. Are we safer in public places? Absolutely. I think most of the tourist attractions, like when I say most, I mean like all. I can't think of any except for national parks where you would be experiencing bears. There's some of them that are in nature, but there's so many other people around. The chance of a bear springing on you is very small. And usually during operating hours, there are rangers and police officers, and there are lots of people in the area to take care of it. If a bear does charge you, there's not going to be a reason for him to eat you, because there's going to be so many other people throwing bottles and you know, might have bear spray, or they'll be throwing, you know, other stuff at you. At the bear, but it might hit you. Like if I saw somebody getting attacked by a bear, would you run away or would you try to help? I'd probably run away. I'd throw something and then run away. Maybe. I'm not sure what you would do, but I don't want to see somebody getting mauled. And I think if I had my son with me, I might just run away, and I might give him to my wife, and then I would throw something, and then I would run away, and I'd carry them both. Protect them. Remember, I'm Ralph Macchio. I have a crane kick. Have bears in Japan ever gotten rabies? I don't think so. I don't think so. Playing dead is common advice from what I've heard. Don't make eye contact. Don't show your teeth and back away slowly. Don't run away. Playing dead. I heard that it doesn't work. So it just depends on who you ask and the variety of the bear. But it seems like the bears are pretty smart. Playing dead might work, but I don't know if it's working as much. You have to cover up your body. I wouldn't I wouldn't do that, because they're probably just going to get you. The best thing to do from what I hear is to turn onto your stomach and cover up, right? And the bear will usually get tired and go away because they don't want to eat you. Taser guns are illegal. You're not going to find any guns here except for like plastic pellet guns or something. I think if you play dead, you still smell good to them, writes in Carrie. You know what? I could be honest with you. Some of the tourists that I've encountered, they wear this cologne. That would keep me away. I think that would keep the bears away. So if you're wearing whatever the colognes or the scents, why the heck you bring that traveling? Were you trying to attract, you know, people? It doesn't attract the Japanese. So whatever cologne that these people are wearing, it's not good. All right. I think that might be the biggest deterrent to the bears. Maybe that stuff, you should get a can of Axe body spray and spray that, because it'll keep me away. The colognes are keeping me away too, writes in 88 Divine Grace. Yeah, look, same page. I'll be walking around, like in Kyoto when I was walking around, I'd be behind a tourist. It just smelled so bad. I don't want to smell someone else's scent. And you think I'm making a big deal about it, but I'm not. I guess it's marketing stuff where people have been taught in the West that wearing cologne and scents because it's big business is a good idea. It's not. Nobody likes it. Just shower. Japanese noses and palates are very sensitive. That's why I think the food is really good. One reason is because we have good smells, because we don't corrupt our sensories with stuff, except anime and manga. Take your Lynx deodorants, perhaps. You'd be hard-pressed to find deodorant in the stores in Japan. Bring your own, or don't. Just use soap. I personally think there's a difference. You mean between wearing cologne and not? It smells bad. If you are showering and you wash your clothes, you don't need to wear cologne. You're not going to smell bad. If you smell bad, you should see a doctor. All right? There's a laundromat, or a lot of the hotels have laundry machines now, right? If you're not washing your clothes and you're not taking a shower or a bath, you got a problem. In Japan, people take baths at night and they don't sweat, and then in the morning, we usually don't take a bath. I never understood how Westerners take showers in the morning and then they don't take a shower before they go to bed. You're putting all that slime and sweat and stink into your bed. Maybe people can't smell themselves anymore. I don't know. But in the West, when I was living in the US, we would shower in the morning, and I don't think we would shower too much at night. I don't know. I typically did, but I know that most of my friends didn't. A lot of them wore their shoes in the house. Some of them wore their shoes on the sofa. Like, I couldn't understand the West, so maybe I am in the perfect spot. I'm just saying. Let's face it, the majority of deodorants are toxic. That's probably true. There's one that has no smell, no scent. They're coming out with stuff, Carrie, but for the sprays and the stuff, it's not good for you. Yeah, in the summertime, I always would shower twice a day. In the winter, I can understand it. You don't need to shower every day, but I adapted the Japanese way. I'm not saying it's the best way. It just seems to make a lot of sense to me, especially in Japan, where we would take a bath. Baths keep people healthy. It raises your temperature, helps boost your immune system. But I love my evening bath at around 7 p.m. And you can take it before dinner or after dinner. I usually take it after dinner because Leo, it depends when Leo is tired, but we'll take a bath, and then bedtime for Leo. But baths are great. They relax you. They reset your system. Turn down the lights a little bit. Gets that melatonin flowing for nice sleep. Get a good 8 hours some days. Baths are good. In the U.S., most of my friends take showers. Very few take baths. It's for kids. But I take baths every day. I'm pretty healthy as a result, probably because of that. Could be because I'm eating natto as well. I hike naked. That scares off the bears. I don't think so. I think you look more like an animal. They're probably gonna eat you more. At least the clothes is like a layer of armor, right? I remember when I played Dungeons and Dragons, you could have like cloth armor. At least you have cloth armor, okay? You got something. You think prancing around the jungle naked is gonna save you from the bears, my friend? You could prance and dance and walk around all day long naked. I think you smell like an animal. You are an animal. You're food, all right? I don't know who thinks like that. Just we got one viewer here. I wish I could highlight the comment. It's good. It's a good comment. A shower and a fresh laundry always trump whatever crazy spray or cologne people have. Yes. Actually, I had a friend from a certain part of the world. He smelled really bad, and he smelled like cologne. It was the worst of both worlds. So I said to him, just shower, leave the cologne. I'd rather you just smelled the way you do rather than smell it and then try to mask it. And then it's like two smells collide and they create a super smell that blossoms. It's not a pretty not all blossoms are nice. Did you ever see the bloomin' onion? That is not a pretty blossom. That's heart attack. All right. Sounds like a double whammy. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's really bad. I've lived here for a long time, but I can't say that I don't ever not smell. I probably do. I'm just saying, my wife would tell me if I stink, because Japanese noses are pretty good, and in the summertime, people do stink here sometimes, but nothing like in the West. I don't know what it is. I was in a dormitory at Ohio State, and there were some foreign students that never took a bath at all. because they never took a bath in their home countries, and they really stunk. And we had to have the university. I'm not going to say anything. What would you say? You stink? I'm not Kramer. But the university would have to step in and ask them to take a bath. And I said, you have free hot water. Maybe your country, you don't have this, but please wash and take a bath. But people just don't smell themselves. But the bears can smell you. I'm going to stay on topic here. Any last questions that is not about fragrance? Now you know what not to get me for Christmas. Garlic and old booze on someone is the worst smell. It depends. If you're hungry, I don't know. The worst smell is tobacco and booze. And I've gotten whiffs of that on the trains after 8 p.m. in Japan, where someone's just or yawning. Everybody is it's tobacco, old cigarettes, and whatever they ate, and booze. It's toxic. It's almost as bad as teacher breath, which is like old coffee and donuts. And that's rancid too. Teacher breath. I was a substitute teacher for a time. I stayed away from the donuts. I do have Old Spice, but Carrie, I stopped using it because of the blue coloring in there. We do have a Black Friday. We do have Black Friday in Tokyo, but it's nothing like in the U.S. right now. I was thinking of getting the Ultra because I'm running the marathon. Maybe getting one of those Ultra watches from the Apple. The Ultra Watch 2 is 25% off. It's like $500 or something. So I was thinking of getting that maybe. That's a lot of money. I don't think I need the latest and the greatest, but the Ultra Watch 2 is at $500 seems like a pretty good deal. I think it was like $500 or $599. I don't know. Any other like Japan related questions before we end this? I do want to, I was thinking about doing this one today with the artificial colorings on foods that I thought were banned in Japan that are not. So maybe I'll talk about that next time. And I do want to go around and take you around an area of Tokyo again to see some of the neighborhoods. The other day, if you haven't already seen this one, I talked about getting Shinkansen tickets at Kyoto Station. If you're traveling to Kyoto, you're going to want to see this one. I re-uploaded this with subtitles, and I inserted some scenes from the vending machine. So you get a look at what the ticket vending machines look like. This was the last live stream on this channel, and you can go check that out right now and get some idea on what you need to do to get the day of. You can still get seat reservations the day of your trip. In fact, you can get a seat reservation 30 minutes before you even have to catch the Shinkansen, or less. If they're available, you can get it from the ticking vending machines up to, I think, 5 minutes before your Shinkansen train departs. You can get a seat reservation. Not going to the window and waiting in line, but from a vending machine. So I show you that menu in this episode, so you might want to check it out. Please come to Hokkaido for the snow festival. I don't think I'm going to do that. It's like all foreign tourists right now. It's overdone. The only way I would do that is if the Japan Self-Defense Force invited me to show me how they make their snow sculptures. There's no story at the snow festival anymore. In fact, the Sapporo Snow Festival might be one of the most overrated festivals in all of Japan right now. There's about a dozen other cities around Japan that have snow festivals that nobody goes to. There's just too many people, there's too many tourists, and it's not as much fun. The hotel prices have skyrocketed. It's hard to get accommodations in Sapporo. It doesn't have the same feel and fun as it once did, but Sapporo is a big city. You can still make an event out of it. But if you've been there once or twice, you don't need to go there a third time. You can go to another snow festival. They have a snow festival up in Abashiri that was really great. They had a snow festival in Tokimachi in Niigata, which is really nice. They're smaller scale, but they're more local. I think you get a more chance to. I think the hospitality is a little bit better. You get more chance to talk with the locals, and the food is absolutely great. There's a lot of food stands there as well, but it's not geared towards tourists. You know, I just feel like I kind of want to break away from that a little bit. But the Asahikawa is a snow festival too, hopefully bearless this year. Yeah, Sapporo is a beautiful city. I think that the snow festival has kind of jumped the shark, so to speak, and become overly popular. It's like a tourist trap now in a way, where the hotel prices are just too high if you want to stay around there. I mean, it might be good if you're just coming into the city for a day trip or something, but I wouldn't stay in Sapporo during the festival anymore. I've already filmed it as much as I could. Ah, yeah, Lake Towada is beautiful. Lake Akan is also beautiful. It's freaking cold. I got a live stream in here in February on one of the coldest days of the year. I was at Lake Akan in the center of Hokkaido, 2018 or 2019 on this channel. Or no, 2020 on this channel. I drove a rent-a-car through the heart of the frozen tundra of Hokkaido, and I live streamed it. And it was like minus 25 or something with the wind chill, probably like minus 90. And I'm running around Lake Akan. The lake was frozen and they were ice fishing. There's a live stream on this channel with that. Try to find it, Lake Akan, only in Japan Go. It's one of my funniest live streams because my face was falling off. It was so freaking cold. Jade remembers that. It was so cold. It took me forever to warm up that rent-a-car, and I got the heck out of there. The Ainu village was closed. Everything was closed. I came at maybe the most unusual time, but I went to Lake Akan. I got some ramen afterwards and survived, and I drove very slowly back to the highway, but that was crazy. That was crazy. I was in Rikubetsu. It was minus 29 degrees. I think it got to minus 30, actually, without the wind. That's crazy, right? And for Japan. Canadians are probably not impressed, but it's impressive for Japan. So I was there for that on my birthday in 2020. So that's 5 years ago. It was crazy. It's like the bear tax. All right, I got nothing more to talk about with the bear tax, but if you have questions about it, leave it in the comments here. We'll talk about it on our Discord server a little bit more. A lot of people are discussing about this, getting the bear spray, and but you shouldn't cancel your trip to Japan. And I think it's something that you should be aware of, but it's not something that you need to focus on because, quite frankly, how should I put this? The chance of you encountering a bear is very, very, very slim as a tourist. Most people stay on the beaten path anyways. And if you're going hiking, a bell is usually enough. But there's a lot of other people around with bear spray, and you're probably not going to encounter them because the bears seem to be in the populated areas these days, right? How you doing, Nightshade Giggle? Nice to see you here. All right, guys, take care. I'll see you in another live stream tomorrow as I take you to another area of the city of Tokyo, and I look forward to getting out of the city fairly soon, but get ready for the video that's about to drop maybe Tuesday or Wednesday on the Shin-Etsu Trail of Nagano and Niigata as I hike out into bear country in the early autumn. The food is really good. I stayed in an abandoned school. It's a good story. All right, guys, take care. Mata ne.